Black Unicorns. I am going for a beer run. Essentially, I'm walking to the store that's not far from my house that sells beer, and how you buy it here is comes in bottles basically, and you bring your old bottles and then you can buy the beer. If you don't have the bottles, they won't sell you the beer, which I learned when I first got here. So unless you go to a big store like who sells alcohol, like Malcolm or ShopRite, then you can buy the bottles there without having to return your used bottles. It's getting towards the sun will start going down pretty soon, and where I'm walking has this massive shadow, so sorry about that if you guys are getting that shadow. But yeah, so just want to take you guys with me on my little beer run. I don't have any words of wisdom, no shit like that. I'm questioning whether or not I'm going to keep this YouTube channel and keep posting about my personal experience and lives and thoughts about moving here, or just switch this channel strictly for being about houses, like you know, renting houses, buying property, buying land, stuff like that. Because the shade game, the nonsense, it's just too much. It's just too much, and starting to get on my nerves a little bit. So yeah, you know, I think the more truth you speak here in Africa, the more people try to hate on you and make you feel like you are unsafe, which sucks and it's weird. And I'm walking through bush because all these weeds have grown out. Okay, I'll pick up where I left off in a minute. So, quick story about taxis. You see the taxis behind me? They call that a taxi rank instead of calling it a taxi station. And here you can take taxis depending on where you're at. You ride in the taxis with other people and you can go to like the main road or a certain drop-off destination, like what they call the junction, which is like the main spot where the taxis pick up and drop off. And you can do that for like 2 CDs, 80 pesos, 3 CDs, sometimes even 1 CD, as long as you're riding with other people and you're not doing a drop-in. If you do a drop-in, they're going to try to charge you a high amount because you're, you know, because you don't know what the right prices are and because they can. So once you know what the prices are, you're good. Okay, so the store behind me is where I brought my beer. I'm not recording the store simply because there's children there with the grandma who owns it and her daughters and the husband, and I'm like having a family moment, and I don't want to get the kids on video. I try really hard not to get kids on video because I hate when people do that, especially when I don't have express permission from the parents. So you'll see me trying to crop kids out of videos. But anyway, I got my beer. So that's my beer run. This is me walking through the bush because they still need to weed this empty lot basically. And the community sometimes comes together and weeds it when it gets too bad. It's pretty bad right now, so I don't know if they're gonna weed it or not, but there's still a walkway here that I'm following. I'd be terrified, y'all, there's a snake gonna come out that bush and bite the shit out of me and I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna lie. I be trying not to get scared and shit, but I be getting freaked out. But we're gonna say that's not gonna happen, so we're gonna be good. Anyway, this is totally like random, just kind of talking. And yes, I'm breathing heavy, I'm walking. You know, I'm not an athlete, so I'm always gonna breathe heavy when I walk. So get over it. I'm always gonna sweat because it's hot. There's a different type of heat. I know some of y'all think y'all know everything and that, oh, you know, where I'm coming from is so hot and that y'all can handle it. No, you can't. Oh, I got some shade. Y'all got some shade. Oh, the wind is blowing too. Oh, I love it. Anyway, hopefully you guys are not too weirded out by me doing this totally random, totally not a morning minute type of talk with you. But yeah, I also might be all up in my feelings too, because there's a lot going on here and moving and all kind of stuff's happening and it's just drama. It's unnecessary and stupid, but I don't even want to get into it because it's just, things are so different here. Sometimes I feel like Alice in Wonderland looking through the looking glass and everything is upside down. And I'm trying to walk and I'm looking at everything up on the ceiling and I'm walking and it's just crazy. So those of you who don't know those references, go watch a Disney movie, figure it out. Those of you who do, and those of you who've been here, you understand. It's different. It's different. But I love it. I'm here, I'm rooted. But I have so much to learn. Okay, quick note about taxis. A lot of these taxis go in a small mile radius. So let's say they won't go beyond 5 miles. They won't go beyond 10 miles from where you pick them up at. So they typically go from like one taxi rank to the next taxi rank or to a main junction. And a main junction is like, let's think of like buses. If you're from a major city, there's like a bus depot for the city buses. And you'll have one main area where they all pick up from in different locations of the city. And you'll have waiting areas. And so it's kind of like that, but not like that. Like they line up all in a row and then they'll have the price on top of it on this little kind of like foldable, I don't know, plastic board thing. And then they tell you 280 Peswa to go to Bawe Top Base, you know, or they'll say 3 CD to go to Malam Junction, you know. Every street is called a junction here too, so that's something to be aware of, because when you're telling people to go to the next street, they're getting confused, some of them, but they know the word junction. And that's mainly for the people who really don't speak English well or have a hard time understanding your accent. They have a super hard time understanding my accent. I have to enunciate, I have to speak slower. Speaking slow for me is hard because I don't speak slow. And I don't always speak super proper, so I have to remember to do that when I'm talking to some people. Anyway, hope my little day out helped you guys learn a little something about taxis, beer, and walking in Ghana. Alright guys, thanks for joining me on this afternoon walk in Ghana, Greater Accra. Bye.